So diving right into 8.6, we are talking about common logarithms today. So common logarithms are actually the log buttons that you see on your calculator where it just says log. Whereas I've shown you before, you have the log base whatever of a number in your calculator in the math button, right? But this one's just the one off to the left that says log. Okay, logarithms that are base 10 are called common logs and are denoted by just log and then x. Okay, so they kind of get rid of the 10. It's kind of like with x in general, right? Technically, there's a 1 out in front, and technically, there's a 1 as an exponent, but nobody writes any of those. Okay, same deal is happening here, where you have a 10 as your base, but without it being written. Okay, so it says, which of the following logarithms can be written as a common log? Well, hopefully we could see in the very first one, because it's log base 10, we could rewrite this as just log 8. The second one we cannot write as a common log because the base is 8, not 10. The next one does have base 10 for both of these, so we can rewrite this as 1 log, which would be log of 2 times 4, which is really log 8, so same as the first one. So we want to rewrite these exponentially and then evaluate. So you can think about these two ways. Okay, number one, you can still think about it as the heart method. The problem is there is no number here, and you need to recognize that when there isn't a number, you have to put a 10. So 10 to the x equals 100. So now we just solve. 100 can be rewritten as 10 squared. And now that we have the bases the same, we know x is 2. You can also just think about it as exponentiating both sides. Again, you need to recognize that it's base 10. So that would cancel my log base 10. And you're left with 1 equals 10 to the x. Well, the only way to get something to become 1, you would have to raise it to the 0 power, which means x is 0. Let's go ahead and exponentiate the next one again. Again, if we don't see a base, that means the base is 10. So we put a 10 as our exponentiation, if that's a word. So we have 1 over 10 equals 10 to the x. Well, 1 over 10 means we have a negative exponent. And now we could drop the base, and x is negative 1. So now you're going to use your calculator to help you with common logs. So if you get your calculator out, we can show you how to type these in. Our first one is just log base 25, or not base 25, it's just log 25. So if you use your calculator, you can hit your log button, which is off to the side, and type in 25, and you get your answer of 1.3979, and so on and so on. Okay, now, most of the time they're going to ask you to put 4 decimal places. This one does say nearest hundredth, which would be 2 decimal places. So you would put 1.40. Okay, now it is 3979, so it would round it up. If it says hundredth, you do need to have a 0 as a placeholder. So if you do the same thing for the next one, and you type in 563 into your calculator, so log 563, hit enter. Okay, notice I am not closing this because you don't have to when you just have one log, but you can. 2.750508, and so on. So again, nearest 100, 2.75. So this is a big part that we can talk about here, and this is the last part of today. So the change of base. So you can rewrite anything as a common log. Okay, and the way to do that is to rewrite it as log base b of n, log base b of a. Okay, now notice how it's saying A and B can't be 1. Basically what you're doing is your A or your B becomes 10. Okay, and what I mean by that is this just is going to be used as common logs. So you're going to have log of 11 divided by log of 3. Okay, so whatever your base is here, you are going to then just put in the denominator. Okay, now this can be used in your calculator as well. What I do is I'd say log base 11 and then I hit enter. And then I divide it by log 3 and then hit enter. You can do it all at once and do log 11 divided by log 3, but you just have to be careful. Make sure you close your parentheses. Okay, so this one would give me 2.1827 and so on. Now for these, you have to rewrite first and then you can use your calculator. So for this, you would say log base 20 over log base 3. If you type that into your calculator, you end up getting 2.7, and it says nearest hundredth again, so this would be 2.73. Again, a lot of times it says 10,000th, which would be 4 decimal places. The next one would be log 21 over log 9. You do need to remember how to rewrite these, because part of your points for this problem is to rewrite it.